Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel for another video on Marvel Contest of Champions. This one's all about Spider-Gwen's SP1. And before going anywhere, I just need to clear up, this is nothing to do with the beta, or beta, depending on where you are in the world. The fact is, this is all about the SP1 of Spider-Gwen. We've still got to have the announcement of when we can go in, which you can see, it's at this date here when we can go in to test out all the new changes coming. So at the moment, there's a few people that have posted stuff that have said, hey, this is the new buff for Spider-Gwen. And it's like, it's not technically the new buff, it's just an SP1 rework, which has gone into a lot of different content, including Labyrinth of Legends. So it's important to understand the ins and outs of that L1 prior to going into any other content where she is a permanent fixture. I've seen a few posts giving some props to Command on the subject of the SP1, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to have a look at it in a bit more detail. I'm going to compare it off to the others and see whether or not this is good, how you may look to avoid it if you're going to stuff like Labyrinth of Legends or more permanent content when she is a fixture, because remember, there is a node in Act 5 where she has an unblockable SP1, which, you know, now is a little bit more of a nuisance. And I don't mean nuisance in the sense that you should be shitting your pants, or if you're American at home, shitting your underwear. The SP1 is a little bit more aggressive than the old SP1, which was her just going, oh, I'm just flipping backwards. Well, this kind of flipping forward and smacking you. So yeah, draw some comparisons with these other Spider-Man here as to the way that she acts. And it hasn't dramatically changed in what she gets from doing that SP1. It's just a case of the way she comes at you, you have to be a little bit wary. Spider-Gwen's SP1 in a nutshell is a kick and then a swing, and a kick, which I like. It's very fast paced, which is important. It limits the chance that you could whiff this, which with a lot of champions, whiffing and kind of missing the enemy is really frustrating. So I'm glad that Kabam have made a quick, fast-paced champion, and I've really got high hopes for the beta test. The SP1 carries good distance with it, similar to the SP2, but it seems to draw some sort of comparisons, especially on the L2, so they look very similar in the way they work. In some ways, it's very difficult to come up with originality based on, well, most of the other ones have similar things with web shooting, so yeah, it's kind of hard not to have that represented in SP1s and especially SP2s. It's probably best if you've got the champion at the midway point in the map that she is going to cover a greater amount of distance. So it looks like it is going to be either a double evade or kind of a light evade, or light evade, hard evade in order to get away from that. Especially because there's not many, well, high up opponents. Before this, you wouldn't go, hey, I know someone who's got a rank 5 Spider-Gwen, 5-star. No. Will this be the case? We still don't know. As soon as the beta test is done, that we'll be able to get this real idea. Is she going to be more powerful for the community? But either way, I think a lot of us are very excited to see what Kabam are going to come up with. And maybe people want to experiment. I think the less damage limitation to people's use of resources is either to put her up as a 3-star to the highest rank possible, or it's a case of doing a 4-star if you're then comfortable with it. If she looks like she's going to be an amazing champion, then she may be worth putting up to rank 3, maybe even rank 4. But it's really hard to tell at this very early stage. In any case, we look forward to the next 2 weeks and seeing if it's not just the L1, but it's a lot more for the champion. Hopefully this video has been informative and interesting. If it was, then hit that like button and subscribe for more Marvel Contest of Champions based content, and I shall catch you in the next one. Bye bye for now.